All right, I got the Defense Dynamics from Fiocchi with me again this week. We're going to go ahead and test them again in the gel this week. Here we go. $9.18. Okay, there's probably too much wash in there to see the wound track of the first Fiocchi from the LCP2, but it did end up down here in the second block. Total depth on that one, I rolled these up 90 degrees to try to see better, but it just didn't work. It's down there. Front of that is at 14.5 inches. This one here, however, if you can see, that is the wound track. This one right here, this lower one at the top here, is the wound track, I believe, from the Glock 42, and that got in the second block. And the leading edge on that one is right at 12 inches. It flipped around and backwards, so it's really the rear end of that one, but that's at 12 inches. So we'll dig those two out and we'll take a look. All right, Defense Dynamics didn't do quite as well this week in my gel. Here's the LCP2, here's the Glock 42, and yeah, we'll measure them back at home. Error again. Error. All right, I rolled the block over to help us see, not that there's much to see. First shot, the LCP2 is that track right there. Stop right there. This is the Glock 42. I made it a little bit further in there, but again, that's just, there's nothing going on. It's just like an FMJ track. So the LCP2 made it to, the nose is at about 15.1 in there. Glock 42 is at about 17.5. We'll dig them out. All right, there you go on the left. LCP2 through clear ballistics. Glock 42 through clear ballistics. Again, had the heavy clothing barrier on there. 823. 796. 895. 854. All right, we are back from the range after the second round testing of the Fiocchi Defense Dynamics in 380 auto. Again, 90 grain jacketed hollow point. And as you can see, it's brass case. We tested this previously just in the homemade ballistics gel, and it did pretty well. So I decided to test it again in the calibrated homemade ballistics gel, as well as in the clear ballistics, and this time did not do quite as well. As you saw, here was the round into the homemade calibrated gel from the LCP2. It started to expand, but did not fully expand. This one made it to 14.5 inches in the gel. Then in the homemade gel, this was from the Glock 42. This one made it to 12 inches, and this one did expand. It looks like 3 petals were fully, and 3 of them were partially there, or mostly anyways. So again, pretty decent performance from the Glock 42. In the clear ballistics, however, they just did not do very well. Clear ballistics, I don't know if the gel, I haven't been impressed with the 4 rounds I've put into the clear ballistics so far. I just have not been impressed with how it tests. I don't know if it's too soft or I don't know. I'm used to the gel, the homemade ballistics gel, and I think it just, I don't know if it's a better representation or not, but to me it seems to just perform more like I would anticipate, and the clear ballistics just seem to be very, very weak. I don't know. This was the, again, from the LCP2, got to 15.1 inches, and yeah, just no expansion. From the Glock 42, this one got to 17.5 inches. So at least, I mean, all the penetration numbers are good with these Fiocchis, just no expansion into the clear ballistics. As far as the speeds go, the fastest one that I recorded was actually from the LCP2. That was this one. It recorded at 918 feet per second, but there was 3 rounds from the LCP2 that were taken, and they averaged, that the chrono picked up, and they averaged out to 846 feet per second. And for my last round of testing with these same rounds from the LCP2, it averaged 844. So really no difference there from the LCP2. The Glock 42, I got a 2-round average of 876 feet per second this time at the range with the chrono. And last time it was 893, so a little bit faster last time. Temperature at the range this time was a few degrees warmer and a little more humid, if that has any to say on that. Here were the 2 rounds that from the last time at the range. Again, into the homemade ballistics gel. If you can see those here, this was from the LCP2, the one at the top here, and this was from the Glock 42 last time. So we'll weigh them up, and as we weigh them up, we'll throw there was no, I didn't measure the LCP2 rounds, either of them, or the Glock 42 into the homemade gel, or Glock 42 into the clear ballistics, because there really was no expansion. But as far as the weights here, again, we're looking for those 90 grains, and it looks like, there's really no weight loss on any of these. And then I'll throw the number, the max up there from the Glock 42 into the homemade calibrated gel this time. Again, no weight loss, and it expanded to 0.52, 0.53, and a max of 0.53 inches. So again, the energy computations from the LCP2, 143 foot-pounds of energy is what it averaged out to, and from the Glock 42, 153 foot-pounds of energy. So not huge numbers. Again, I'm more disappointed with the clear ballistics than I am with this particular round. As with all these 380s, the shorter barrels have a hard time expanding. I was hoping that we'd be a little more consistent and show more of what we saw last time. Again, don't know if it was the temperature, don't know if it was just that the clear ballistics was soft. It was there. I had it there all morning. But they're supposed to be calibrated and good up to, I think, 120 degrees, and there's no way the gel got that warm. So your guess is as good as mine. Again, I'm kind of disappointed with the clear ballistics so far. I did remelt it. I do have it ready to go. I just haven't found time to get back out to the range yet. As I mentioned in my prior videos, that in the summertime I just don't get there as often as I'd like to. Although I do have a couple of good tests coming up, and next time I get there, I will be doing those. I have some freshly melted homemade ballistic gel blocks as well as the clear ballistics. So we'll be hopefully heading out this week and having some videos coming up after that. So hope you enjoyed. Comment, share, like, etc., and stay tuned for the next one.